Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Bubby Brister and Friends Fantasy Football Podcast presented by Mountain Dew Baja Blast. Bubby is traveling for Thanksgiving this week, so he won't be joining us, but I'm here with Nick. Nick, what's up?
What's up? What's up? Happy holidays to y'all from us to you guys. Hope y'all have a good Thanksgiving coming up.
Yeah, it should be fun. You're off on Thanksgiving? You gonna watch a couple games?
Yeah, I'll probably watch a couple games. I mean, I won't be too glued to them, but I mean, yeah, I think you guys you got the Cowboys and Redskins Thanksgiving. So
Commanders.
Commanders, yeah, Commanders. So it'd be nice.
You're gonna get us canceled.
It'd be nice to see the Commanders beat Dallas on Thanksgiving. Keep a tradition going.
Yeah, the Cowboys always lose primetime games, so Commanders are due for a win. They started 2-0 and now they're 4-7. They lost a debacle to the Giants on Sunday.
Yeah, to Mr. DeVito. After we trashed him last podcast, this man came out. He heard our cast and came out slinging.
Slinging is a word. Yeah, that was embarrassing. The Commanders sacked him like 9 times, but yeah, they turned the ball over 6 times, I think. There was 3 fumbles and 3 picks. And they were still in it to the end somehow.
Riverboat's not long for this league. He's going to get fired soon, unfortunately. Don't call people's jobs, but it's always a sad time because you can see the writing on the wall for some coaches, and it's, the seat's getting hot.
Yeah. See you later, Ron Rivera. So you ready to get into some topics?
Let's do it.
All right. C.J. Stroud now has 3 consecutive games with at least 300 yards. Whose rookie record did he match?
Ooh. Rookie record? Let's say Cam Newton.
Nope. It's pretty recent.
Oh, well, I mean, Cam Newton's recent. It's not Kyler Murray.
No, we're just old.
We're just old. I don't know. Who is it?
It's Joe Burrow in 2020.
Oh, wow, okay. All right. Okay. And he went down last weekend, too. Golly. All right. Jeez.
Right. So in 2020, he went 2-7-1, and he tore his knee up against Washington. Is he officially injury prone?
The answer would be yes. Yes. He's injury prone.
I think so.
But I would say he is, but like he still gets sacked a whole lot. So it's weird because if he was known for getting sacked a lot because his line played really well, but he held on the ball, they would say he held on the ball too long. But they're just saying his offensive line can't protect him, especially after the Bengals won Super Bowl. They spent money on free agents for the draft, for the line, and he's still getting assaulted every game.
So next topic, The Athletic put out their annual players survey. There were 84 responses to this question. Best player in the game today. Do you have any guesses who the player's named as the best player in the game today?
Tyreek Hill?
No, he was third with 7.7% of the votes.
Because I wouldn't say Lamar Jackson's the best quarterback in the league. Face of the league? Jesus Christ. I don't know. Good question. Would it be Mahomes then? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mahomes? Yeah.
Jackson was 5th with 6% of the vote. Aaron Donald is 2nd with 8.9% of the vote. Patrick Mahomes, 40.
Come on now.
Yeah, that's fair.
Still, he hasn't made barely any noise this year. I know the Rams were bad, but I mean, come on, man.
Patrick Mahomes first, 46.4% of the vote. That's a lot.
I think the Aaron Donald thing is just based off his like career in the past. So just let him. They're just saying like he's still one of the best. It's kind of like when Brady had that last year in New England. He was not the best quarterback in the league that year at all. But he's still number 1. And you're like, we're counting his career. Are we talking about now or are we talking long term? Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, right now. Right now, players poll 2023.
Aaron Donald? I don't know. I think Jeffrey Simmons is a better D tackle than he is for the tight ends.
He's not listed here. Jared Goff is 9th.
Jared Goff. Wow. The respect. They just show some respect there. Okay.
Here's some quotes. "Don't you have to say him?" referring to Mahomes, said one player. Another player said there's nobody like him. And one more just said, he's Patrick Mahomes. Which current coach, aside from your own, would you want to play for? 72 responses.
Let's see. Andy Reid.
He is third with 10.4% of the vote.
I'm trying to think of coaches that people want to play with. No NFC South coaches. No NFC East. West, maybe McVay.
McVay is fifth with 5.6. There's an NFC coach at seventh at 5.6%. That's Nick Sirianni.
Sirianni?
Sorry,
Siri.
You cheating over there?
No, I said it. I said Sirianni, and then Siri started right up. Started talking about Yanni. I'm trying to think. Not Belichick. They really don't play for Belichick. I know that.
He is last on the list at 2.1%.
All right. How about the Niners head coach?
He is fifth on the list at 5.6%.
Okay. All right. Maybe Dolphins head coach.
He is second at 14.6%.
Okay. All right. They don't want to play for the Ravens head coach. All right. Steelers head coach then. Yeah.
Tomlin, 26.4%.
All right, good job. I got there.
It's
interesting
awesome.
because it's weird because I was telling a guy at my job, and I know we have a lot of Steeler fans on this podcast, so I'll repeat what I said, and it might hurt your feelings. But you guys are in a bad spot because you guys have a head coach that don't want to lose. He doesn't want to lose, so he's always going to play his best. You're going to give his best, but the team he has right now is mediocre. Your quarterback's a D+. Your wide receivers are good, but they're not getting the ball. Your offensive line's okay. Your running backs are
Najee Harris
okay.
is terrible.
But the backup's pretty good. You know what I mean? But then you got, your defense is so good that you're beating the mediocre teams, but you can't beat the good teams. So you're going to go in the playoffs. You're going to get bounced first round, and you're going to get a 17th pick. So that with the 17th pick, you're not going to get nothing good. You're going to get another defensive player and another offensive player again. And you're just going to be stuck the same place you were last year. And in the division they're in, which we were just talking about, well, the Browns are really good on defense. They're way better on defense than y'all are. But, Watson can't stay healthy. Burrow can't stay healthy now, apparently, I guess. Lamar Jackson is healthy this year. But the Ravens are kind of helter-skelter. So it's interesting. That whole division is really weird.
At the 17th pick, they'll just be reaching for another shitty quarterback too. So yeah, you're spot on with all that.
Yeah, and they're not the type of franchise to do like the Falcons trading away the farm future to trade up. They're not that type of team. They've never been that team. They're always like, we're gonna stay where we're at and we'll find value where we're at. We're gonna find another Big Ben like we did. And they tried to with Kenny Pickett, and Kenny's just not it.
No.
I mean,
here's some
he
quotes.
shows flashes, but he just isn't.
So Tomlin is on his way to his 17th consecutive winning season. His quote, his messaging, leadership, and attitude seem consistent with a winning formula, one player said. He's tough and accountable, and he demands that out of his players, added another player. A quote on Mike McDaniels, he seems like a pretty fun coach to play for, one player said, of the 40-year-old in his second season in Miami. Dan Campbell was on the list. You didn't name him. Let's go to the next one. Best stadium to play in. 84 responses.
Let's see. So these stadiums will either be in Florida or California. Okay. Dallas might be number 5.
It's on the list. It's number 8.
Oh, number 8. Okay. Detroit would be a nice stadium as well. It's domes. New Orleans isn't. Their dome is like trash. It's absolute trash. They say it's old. Let's see. San Diego.
San Diego doesn't have a football team.
Oh. Well, Los Angeles Chargers. The SoFi Stadium. Sorry.
Yeah. SoFi is 3rd.
Maybe Tampa? Outdoors.
What's
warm.
the name of theirs again?
Raymond James Stadium.
That's not on here. The Superdome is on here, though.
The Superdome's on there? Jesus. I don't know the stadium names like that. Because
I know.
the Saints
Like,
Saints play Mercedes. I'm trying to think of like the Falcons playing a dome. The Niners have an
right.
old
I
new
couldn't tell you the
stadium.
name of the Falcon Stadium.
So name them, and I could probably remember them.
Levi Stadium, that's on here. That's where the 49ers
That's Saffron.
play. That's
Yeah,
2.4%. Who plays in U.S. Bank Stadium? That's number 2 on the list.
U.S. Banks? I don't know. With it,
I don't know either.
I want to say no. I want to say that's like the Panther Stadium, but that's crazy.
No, that's the Vikings.
Oh yeah, that's indoor. And that's new too. Okay. After the collapse, their dome collapsed a couple years ago.
Yeah, that was hilarious. Yeah, number 1 is Arrowhead, 17.9. Number 2 is
Arrowhead?
Minnesota. Number 3 is SoFi.
Fuck out of here, boo! This thing's all credibility. Arrowhead. You understand? Like Arrowhead and like December 15th and on is hot garbage. They ain't playing Super Bowls at Arrowhead, man. Like in January, it's frozen out there. Like, what are you talking about? Then you might as well bet Green Bay up there. I like playing at Green Bay in January 3rd. Fuck out of here. No, they.
So I named the top 3. Green Bay is number 4.
Fuck out of here. This is jacked.
Number 5 is Lumen Field in Seattle.
I was about to say FedEx Lumen's Field, where it's all wet and it rains. Get out of here. What you want to say? You want to say FedEx Field up there? That stadium that falls apart. You want the Giants/Jets stadium that's like in the cold as well in the wintertime?
Pittsburgh is next, followed by the Raiders, and then the Cowboys at AT&T.
Raiders, they play
the quote on Arrowhead.
Go ahead.
One player said that place is electric.
If you're a player that plays for them, you're playing against them. You can't hear your plays.
One player chose Seattle because it's on. They said if it was grass, it would be perfect. Another player feels it almost feels like you're in a bird's nest, Gotham City. Let's go to the next topic. Worst stadium to play in.
FedEx Field.
That's number 2.
Let's see, the Mercedes Dome. Saints.
I do not see that on here.
Wow. Is the Miami Dolphins Stadium in there? Because like it used to be part baseball field for a good while. Part baseball field.
Yes, that's 3rd from the bottom. I'm glad we don't see that anymore.
Tennessee's one? Tennessee Stadium?
Yes, that's on the list.
Okay. You know, like I said, the Giants/Jets stadium up there in New York.
They're number 1.
Yeah, that'd be that. And Eagle Stadium's gotta be terrible to play up there too. Fans
that
spit
is
on
not
you.
on the list.
That's amazing. With the fans spitting on you and all that stuff, that's crazy.
So Soldier Field is on here. Ford Field, Heinz Field. Arrowhead is on here.
How's Arrowhead one of the best and worst?
Yeah, we'll find out. See if there's any quotes.
Come on, man. See, this is all bogus. How do you have best and worst? They're on the same side. Like, come on now.
Hey, this is a player survey, so they answered this. As for MetLife, a player said, the turf sucks and that whole place is lame. Another agreed about the turf, adding, the fans are horrible. Everything about that place is horrible.
That's a true story.
Though Lambeau was among the top 5 for best stadium, it was also top 5 for the worst stadium. For one obvious reason, fucking Green Bay, because it's super cold.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I wouldn't think the stadium would be straight up. It would be like that. But I mean, hey, these players are playing.
Next topic: most annoying fan base.
All right. So, most annoying fan base, you're gonna have the Steelers.
They are
5.
5th.
Hey, look at that. All right. You would have Dallas, probably number 2.
Number 2.
Mike, how am I doing this? All right. Let's see. Eagles, number 4.
Number 1. And I totally agree with that.
All right. I wouldn't have pinned him there, but okay. Let's see. Patriots, 3.
They are 8th.
Wow, I thought it'd be a little more annoying than that. A little more annoying than that. All right, let's see.
They've been invisible the last couple of years.
The Commanders.
No, they're not on here. They don't have
They're not
enough
there?
fans.
Fair enough. Kansas City now, because they got the Swifties.
They are not on the list.
Denver fans are fine. Raider fans don't seem annoying to me.
They're on here.
For real.
Ahead of the Patriots.
Oh wow. How about Baltimore?
They are not on here.
Niners?
They are not on here.
For real? Because I don't want to say Seattle fans are annoying. They don't seem annoying.
Yeah, I'll just read them down.
Yeah.
Eagles, Cowboys, they split the vote 25 and 24%. And then it's Bills, Jets, Steelers, Bears, Raiders, Patriots, Bengals, Packers, Chargers. I don't
Wow.
think the
The
Packers
Bills?
fans are annoying.
I didn't think the Bills. I didn't know the circle the wagons Bills were that bad. There's no way the Bills fans are worse than Dallas Cowboy fans. There's no way. Cowboy fans, like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I guess, because they're like talking about, Super Bowls and this, that, whatever, but they haven't been to Super Bowl since the 70s, and you have the Cowboy fans talking about they haven't been to Super Bowl since the 90s. I mean, it's weird. Hey, it's a survey.
Here's an interesting question. If the NFL had a team overseas, would you want to play for it? 83 responses.
I would say the majority would be yes.
The yes got 34.9% of the votes. The no got 55.4%, with a 9% maybe.
I think the question is where, because right now NFL does like games in like Germany. I'm not trying to live in Germany. You know what I mean? But like, London, all right, we could talk about it, because like I think the pound is worth a little more than the dollar, and I get paid in pounds. Well, now we're talking a little different, aren't we?
So you're going to like these quotes. Hell yeah, because overseas they're going to pay that money, said one player who may have forgotten a salary cap would still exist. Think about a team in Saudi Arabia. I know that's far as fuck, but whatever. Think about Saudi Arabia and the soccer players. They're giving out billions of dollars. So hell yeah, I'll play in Saudi Arabia. Whoever that is, they want that blood money.
This is, ladies and gentlemen, this is CTE. Okay? This clearly is, okay? These quotes come from guys that have CTE. Oh, look at that blood money. Look at that money, bro. Look at open that checkbook up. You see the soccer players, because they have no cap in soccer, my friend. You know what I mean? You're in the NFL. There's only so much your contract can be. You know what I mean? And there's other people, and there's no way the owners are letting the Saudis in. We had that drama already this year with Commanders being bought, with the Saudis trying to slide in. So there's no way it's happening.
The only thing more corrupt than soccer is boxing. So, yeah, there's no blood money here. One player on the fence.
Hey, wait. You don't think golf is now? Because Saudis own golf.
Yeah, fuck golf. I'm cursing a lot this episode.
Get it in, boy. The Thanksgiving episode's raw, boy.
Yeah.
Hide your kids, hide your wives. Billy's coming after him.
One player on the fence said it would depend on where the team was located. Probably. That'd be cool. Only in England, though I'm not going to fucking Germany.
That sounds like me. There it is. That might have been my quote. I'll throw out the survey.
Hell no.
UK's cool.
I'd retire, another player said.
You retire. You go ahead and retire, player.
And then the last quote is, he wasn't alone, said another player. No, I like dropping my kids off at their really nice school, ordering pizza from the place on the street. If I was 23, maybe it would be different, but that's just not for me. Yeah, I would never want to play overseas.
We understand Trent Williams. We understand. That's a young man's game. I'm an older guy now. I just want to drop my daughter off and block.
All right, you ready to get into some box scores?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, I had a bye week this week, so I'm still 3-7. My 1% playoff chance is still alive. I did lose Kenny Walker to an injury, but I have Charbonnet, so not that big a deal. But that's really all I need to say about me. At least I can blame injuries at this point now for my season. I can say Jefferson and Walker and T. Higgins all got hurt. It had nothing to
Yeah.
do with my bad draft.
Yeah, true story.
So let's see who's up first here. We got the Renegades of Funk versus the Punishers. Renegades, they're off the 5-game schneid. They improved to 6-5. The Punishers fall to 5-5. The final score here was 127 to 122.
Yeah, that was a nail-biter. I watched this game very closely because if they would have lost again, it would have affected my standings a bit. So, we'll get to that later. But, he had a good turnout there with his team. Hurts. Metcalf actually showed up this week. 20 points. I dig it.
Yeah, this was Metcalf's highest scoring game of the season. He had to play both Seahawks receivers in Metcalf and Smith and Jigba because Michael Pittman was on the bye week. He got a 0 from Gabe Davis, his second 0 in 3 weeks. You can't do it.
God, and you have to start him because they could be like, if you don't, he could blow up on your bench.
I'd rather drop him than live the life of having to start him.
Jeez, it's
you're right. He has to start him.
He had amazing points from his kicker though. 14 points is amazing.
Yeah, the Punishers lost this game even though he had a good fantasy special teams week, but Renegades had a better week. In a 5-point game, the difference here was 38-32 in the fantasy special teams department. Hurts pulled this out on Monday night. He only had 150 passing yards and no passing touchdowns, but he ran in 2 touchdowns for 12 of his 22 points, and that's how he came back and won. The Punishers, their number 3 ranked quarterback, Justin Herbert, had a very nice game, 34 points, 2 touchdowns. He had 73 rushing yards, which is pretty high for him.
Yeah. Yeah, very much so. But he had a very soft game from Christian Kirk and Evan Ingram. Combined 13 points. It's just, that's tough. 7 catches combined between 2 of them. Especially with him actually he had a good game throwing the ball, but it just didn't go to him this time.
Yeah, Eckler, Etienne, and Lamb, they all had good games, but not great games, and that wasn't enough to keep pace with the Renegades of Funk. He played Turd Ferguson over Tyler Lockett. It didn't make a difference, but I'm wondering if he was questioning Lockett because Lockett had a really good game last week, 8 for 92 and a touchdown. So I wonder if he was playing the percentages and didn't want to fall into the Gabe Davis trap.
Yeah. I feel that.
Because if he plays Lockett, he only loses by a point, and then, as close as everything else was, anything could have happened, especially with the head coaches. On to the next game. Did you have anything else in that one? It was pretty
No, that's it. Yeah, it's pretty hard,
yeah. Yeah. Dead Money, 6-5, 2-game winning streak. 146, Sweetness 34. They are the first team mathematically eliminated with this loss, 146 to 131. Heater, you're officially on the clock. We'll see you in August.
It's a Sacco award here for Sweetness 34. But yeah, strong. It's not a strong year, man, but you gave it a valiant effort, man. Brock Purdy, 36 points. But Aaron Jones going down again. It's just the Packers are a bad spot, man. Everything in Green Bay just does not work this year. It's sad times. Marquise Brown, he's not finding the connection with their starting quarterback right now.
Brown.
Holly Dud. Kittle's though, 22 points. He finds a way to get open, and Nico Collins is still money. So why not? And his fantasy special teams gave him 37 points. From fantasy special teams. It's solid. It just the dead money. It would just and he had Miami defense on his bench that did really good. Yeah. He had Moore 6 for 60. Not bad.
He also he had Bijan on a bye, which is tough in an elimination game. I know he's been a little underwhelming, but he's still pretty solid, and he had a breakout game last week, so that could have been the difference here. Yeah. To Dead Money, he played Josh Dobbs. he started him over Geno. So his quarterback carousel is continuing. Now Geno's injured. We don't know if he's going to play Thursday night.
No. Oh, no. That's not good. I saw Pollard. He hit a home. He finally hit a touchdown. You know, that's the first one since week 1.
Yeah, big game, 21 points. Barkley, he had 83 rushing yards, which is impressive because the Giants didn't have any rushing yards against Washington until the third quarter. He caught 2 touchdowns from Tommy DeVito.
Slinging Tommy DeVito over here. You know, Smith, 15 points. D. Moore, 22 points, 7 catches to 96 yards. He woke him back. Schultz even gave him a touchdown to help out. Yeah, he got Fields back. You know, Fields gave him a little some. You know, Derrick Henry, another bad game. It's gonna be an ugly divorce heading to happen in this year with Tennessee and Derrick Henry.
He's heading in the wrong direction at playoff time, so Dead Money needs to. I don't know what he needs to do with Derrick Henry. I don't know if you just keep plugging him in or pick your spots, but that is the wrong time of year for this stuff to happen.
And he took a free, like, on his roster. He has Leonard Fournette, too. So he took a shot somewhere thinking that Leonard Fournette's going to, like, get some playtime somewhere. But I don't know.
He's with the Buffalo practice squad.
Yeah, but he's not going to usurp Cook.
Dalton Schultz, only 2 catches, but one of those was a touchdown, so his hot streak continues. He benched Amari Cooper, which is understandable with the Watson injury, but he's been pretty solid no matter who's been at quarterback this season. And he must have been high because he played the Commanders' head coach.
Look, he took a shot because the Giants looked really bad last week. So the idea that maybe, you know, but that 19-point, that 12-point losing margin does look bad.
That's all I got for this one. You got anything else?
That's it.
On to the next game. Pitt Sweat versus Stealing the Winds. This is 2 teams headed in different directions. Pitt Sweat 6-4. They've lost 2 in a row. Stealing the Winds. They were dead in the water 2 weeks ago, but now they're 4-6 and on a 2-game winning streak. 126-80. Stealing the Winds wins the game. Pitt Sweat lost this game more than Stealing the Winds won it with his 80 points. Going into Monday, Pitt Sweat was down 126-23 with Mahomes, Pacheco, A.J. Brown, DeAndre Swift, the Eagles kicker, and the Chiefs head coach. Is there any world where he could have pulled that out?
Absolute monster shootout Monday night where A.J. Brown drops a 30 bomb. Mahomes drops 4 touchdowns. Pacheco catches 2 of them. Right. You know, that's to be the only way. Swift has another 100 and another touchdown there. Like, you'd have to just have, like, bombs. They would have to just drop absolute shootout Monday Night Football game, and that'd be it. You know, because I think
it's possible.
He's projecting that because you saw he sat Chiefs defense because he was like, I don't trust it because Philly could put up points. And he's thinking like he didn't want to put myself in a situation where I'm betting against myself. So he sat the Chiefs defense to put up 12, which he started Chargers defense to give up 23.
Yeah, Chargers defense is a tough look. Mahomes, he had 25 points. He's stuck in the 20-point range. He's only had 3 games over 30 points all season. We said he was safe, and he still is relatively safe, but that's not what you drafted in the second round.
Not at all. And this is receivers. You know, one of his receivers dropped a go-ahead touchdown Monday Night Football, so them stats could have been better. He could hit a 30-point, and he just couldn't because the Chiefs, they're just not – their talent around him isn't up to his standard that it needs to be. You know, Pitt Sweat. This is time for Pitt Sweat as a team to come together. They need a closed locker room conversation because they are going the wrong direction and it is not good. It is bad. I mean, AJ Brown is a must start every week, and I get it. And I get it. You know, but and Swift is too. Like he has a lot of good players, and he has Olave coming back next week and Alvin Kamara. So, and he has Chief defense will start next week. So this team will be good. You need to have that locker room conversation. Everybody needs to get on the same page, pick some points up because 80 is not the way to be sliding it with we have 3 more weeks of games to get us into playoffs here, and it's not the direction you want to go.
Yeah, that 80 is tough on your overall season total. Yeah, this is the second week in a row he played Tajee Spears. That's pretty bold. Not that there's a lot of options out there, but I mean, Derrick Henry isn't even scoring in the Titans' backfields. I don't know how Spears is supposed to.
I mean, he could have moved Swift to like that position on the other running back, then have this flex and picked up a person off waivers because he has an open bench spot.
Yeah, never have an open bench spot. Just even if you have to pad your bench points.
Yeah, you never know.
You've been in enough ties this year to know.
Yeah, I am an advocate now for this.
Yeah, stealing the wins. McCaffrey, big, 28 points. He is just money in the bank. Baker Mayfield, only 16.
And that's
Chris Godwin is benchable. This is the third week in a row.
There was two touchdowns that were dropped by Baker. They dropped for Baker Mayfield too. So his stat number could have been better. They dropped 2 touchdowns in that game. Chris Godwin, I would say that he is benchable. Yeah, he's getting the catches, but somehow the yards aren't there. He's getting a lot of short routes, and he's not doing run after catch. It's a lot of catch and fall down.
Yeah, third week in a row in single digits. He's a 36th ranked wide receiver, and that's before this 9 points is added in. So he's going to fall into the 40s, I think, after this week. And he got Khalil Herbert back. He didn't play him, but that's help. And he got Devon Achane back, but he is now re-injured, so you don't know what to count for there.
Ugh. Yeah.
So I dropped Darrell Henderson prior to last week's games. Stealing the Wins picked him up on the waiver claim, and the Rams waived Darrell Henderson today, so looks like I was onto something there.
Thank God I didn't accept that trade I was offered for him, because it would have been a sad time for me if I would have accepted that trade that somebody tried to give me for Darrell Henderson, whatever, trying to bait me a little bit. I was like, I really stared at it and I had to bail. So.
Oh yeah, I saw you needed a running back. Your box score is. What did I do with your box score? Yeah, your box score is coming up. So next one we got the Trombones versus Mile High Salute. The Trombones are reeling. They were 4-3. They are now 4-6. Mile High Salute improves to 5-5. Mile High Salute 166. Boy Scout Trombones 129. The Trombones lost Joe Burrow on Thursday night. He is now out for the season. That set the tone for his week. And Burrow's season was doomed at the calf injury. He never really got it going, and by the time he did, he got re-injured. So not a good year for Joey B.
Well, I mean, he's going to start rolling with Kyle McMurray. He's going to start rolling with 28 points on his bench, So Kyle Murray's going to be a starting quarterback next week. That's what I feel like there. So Puka is still putting up points. 5 catches for 70 yards and a tutty.
On the bench, though, he benched Thielen, Puka, and DeAndre Hopkins for Deontay Johnson and Debo. That's 3 mistakes for the price of 1.
Look, man, I can accept the Samuel. I can accept it, okay? Because Samuel could be used any different ways, and who knows. But D. Johnson, this is pure Pittsburgh homerism. Because there's no way. There's no way. Like, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they're not getting enough targets to feel good about using any Pittsburgh Steeler wide receiver. I have, another Pittsburgh wide receiver in our league, and he's been sitting on my bench in purgatory because it's just bad times. And
Who's
he's
that,
with
Pickens?
Puka. Yeah, I got Pickens. But Adam Thielen's been so consistent this year. Why would you bench him? Every week we talk about how consistent this man is. He would be our most underrated player in the entire league because he's just Mr. Consistency. He's gonna give you 7-8 catches every game.
Great nickname too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Great nickname, Adam Ryman and Thielen.
Oh, yeah, it's true. You know what I mean? So he's been hurts.
Yeah, Steelers wide receivers are unplayable as long as Pickett is the quarterback. They fired Matt Canada today, but I mean their problems run deeper than him. I think. I guess we'll find out.
Their guy they replaced him with, he was the Buccaneers offensive coordinator during the Schiano years. God. Have fun with that. Sullivan, have fun with that. The first year he was our offensive coordinator, we had Josh Freeman, and we were slinging it pretty good. The year after, it was second to last, worst in the league, and they all got fired. So, yeah.
Gus Bus, 2 more touchdowns. That's 10 on the season for the Gus Bus. TDs in 5 straight games. Like, nobody saw that coming.
Keep riding the bus, man.
Then to Mile High Salute. He wins the 40 high fives for the week by 3 points. Chicken Salad Sandwich had 163. Salute had 166. Brian Robinson is a real thing here. Top 5 running back, 25 points this week. He had 24 touches. I mean, the Commanders can't do anything, so they just give the ball to Brian Robinson all the time.
Well,
McLaurin doesn't even.
No,
McLaurin hasn't had a 100-yard game in a calendar year.
Christ, I didn't know that. I know, like, Sam Howell's numbers be looking good. More props to Brian Robinson, man. You get that value, man. You know, Joe Mixon getting some of that, Burrow's down, so let's go back to what Cincinnati used to be.
Yeah, but you got to figure teams are going to start stacking the box against Cincinnati now that Burrow's out. So Mixon might be headed for a bunch of 15 for 50s coming up here in the next few weeks.
There's Brandon Ayuk, which I mentioned earlier in the show. At 5
Mr.
for 156. Mr. Underrated. You know, he's really good. Christian Watson, 2 for 21. You're rated exactly who we thought you were, Christian.
Touchdown, though. He scored a touchdown.
It's like Dalton Kincaid, 6 for 46. You know, the Bills were rolling all over the Jets that night, so it was just, he has Jordan Love on the bench. You know, with nice 29 points.
Yeah.
So I can't go wrong with that either.
He's not going to play Jordan Love over Lamar Jackson, no.
He has a Pittsburgh Steelers tight end on his IR. That's interesting. And he picked up the Denver backup running back for 6 points.
McLaughlin. I had him earlier. Good game by Dobbs, too. So that Saquon Barkley trade worked out for both of them, Dead Money and Mile High Salute.
That's good.
1, 2, 3, 4. Mile High Salute has 4 of my former players. 5. Let me see if the defense here. 6. Mile High Salute has 6 of my. Mile High Salute has my sloppy seconds. That's all I'm going to say.
They're winning with them, though, so can't be mad about it.
Do you remember Sean Avery said that to the media, the hockey player?
No.
He was talking about dude's girlfriend. Oh my God. That is a story for go Google that one. On to the next game. Chicken Salad Sandwich. They are rolling. They are 7-3, the second team to clinch a playoff spot. He took down the mighty Smashhawk here. Smashhawk is 9-1. Hats off to Smashhawk, though. He set the bar for maybe forever with a 9-0 start. We've never seen anything close to that.
But we can pop champagne that the perfect season did not happen.
Yeah, the 72 Dolphins are happy.
Yes, they are. You know, Nino Brown, or Chicken Salad Sandwich, as they call him in the streets. You know, big game carried by Josh Allen. You know, Keenan Allen and the Bills defense. That's it. That's the story of his whole entire team right there.
Yeah, Josh Allen, he got that new offensive coordinator smell on him with Ken Dorsey being scapegoated last week. So,
and playing against the Jets.
33 points. Yeah, that helps. 3 touchdowns, 275 yards. Number 1 quarterback, first one drafted. Keenan Allen, his magic season continues, but he's a serious regression candidate for next season, I think. He can't do this again next year at his age.
No, he cannot. No.
Yeah, someone's going to draft him in like the 2nd round, and good luck with that because the Chargers are going to charge her.
Because next year he'll be like 32. There's just no way he's not Jerry Rice, guys. Let's not do this. He's not Terrell Owens. He's not that guy. You know what I mean? But right now, he is in a renaissance right now. He's feeling good. And I say enjoy it. Just enjoy it.
Yeah, he's got Nino Brown as a legit contender. Cooper Kupp, though, he's officially injury prone, too, because he had 1 catch for 11 yards, 2 points. What was his injury? I think it was an ankle or something. I watched most of that game. Because you waited so long to get him back, and then you got him, and he did pretty well, and now he's hurt again. But Devin Singletary, Who knew? 112 yards, a touchdown, and 27 points. He's the Texans' official RB1.
Yeah, the Texans have found a running game. This is the product of your quarterback playing so well that no one wants to be tortured by the quarterback anymore, so they just leave the box open. And it's what you get.
Chicken Salad Sandwich does have a decent options on his bench to replace Cooper Kupp. Josh Downs was on a bye. He's been, solid but not spectacular this season. And he's got Odell Beckham, who seems a little bit ready for a breakout. 3 weeks in a row, double-digit points, touchdowns in 2 of 3. He's always one play away from an injury, though, but that's a decent fill-in for Kupp at this time of the season, I think.
That's true.
The Smashhawks' first loss, you got 24 from Dak, 22 from Breece Hall, but Breece Hall only had 23 rushing yards. The good news is Zach Wilson got benched, but the bad news is, who is Tim Boyle? Tim Boyle.
That is the question. Who is Tim Boyle? Rest of that, it's not totally bad. He had Rachaad White, who's been playing really good for the Bucs right now for the last 3 weeks with 19 points. DJ Hawkinson may have had a low game of 9 points for 455, but his targets are just through the roof. So I just don't feel that he's going to lose value here. Jamar Chase, though, red alert. Red alert. Because this might be bad time, man. Because now you have Jamar. Think about this. We went from last week talking about how this man had Jamar Chase and Jefferson sitting on his IR, and we're like, man, this could be amazing. He's like, when these two get healthy for playoffs, there's no stopping him. And then magically within now he's down. Now they're both playing with back quarterbacks that don't really throw the ball like that. Yeah. It's tough times. It's a tough day in the front office of Smashhawk Central. Jacobs had a soft game for him. I don't get it. I don't get it because the Miami Dolphins defense is not good. So 39 yards is kind of rough. I don't know how to understand how that really happened.
A big game for Fields in his first game back. He was on the bench, so he's gonna have to tough decision every week now of Fields or Dak.
Because Dak's more consistent, but Fields has that boom potential.
Yeah, Fields can score 40 like that. So we'll see. That was a big game for both of them. Possible championship game preview. On to the last game. This is your game. New Day Co-op 141. Buck What You Think 148. Buck What You Think 5-5. They were 2-5 just 3 weeks ago. 3-game winning streak. New Day, I deemed them a contender. I gave them the kiss of death. 3-game losing streak. 4-6 now. I'm sorry, Derek.
Oh no. There's lots of avenues. This game could have went a lot of different ways. Because New Day Co-op and myself left a lot of points on our bench. So it could have went any way possible. But there's avenues for him to win this game. He started Tua against Las Vegas, 26 points. Detroit Gibbs, 36 yards rushing with 22 points. Again, hey, they got something. Pittsburgh, you got Warren, who had a huge run against Cleveland, whatever, got him 24 points. Whatever. In real time, I'm paying attention to this. I was feeling pretty good. And the Warren had that big run, and I got scared. In real time, I ain't gonna hold y'all. I got real scared. Stephon Diggs, there's problems. There's problems in that house. Because 4 catches for 27 yards in a blowout game, this should be one of the things where Diggs should have dropped like at least 150 on him. And it's like he didn't break 30. So that's tough.
I bet you Diggs was pissed too. Like he'd rather look good and he'd rather look good and lose and have these numbers and win. I think he just seems like that type of dude with his quotes and actions over the years.
He had eight targets too. That's even weirder. So it's like the ball's going his direction. It's not happening. He lost Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
So he's in tight end purgatory, like me and a bunch of other people. Trying to find a tight end to float us for a week. He lost him. So that's tough money. He started Brandon Cooks. That speaks to a Dallas Cowboy fan. He said, hey, look, Brandon Cooks finally came out. and he gave him 342. That's not good.
I'm coming out.
Garrett Wilson, 2 for 9 yards, man.
Yeah, if Wilson and Andrews don't lay eggs or get injured, you lose here. If he plays Trevor Lawrence over Tua, you lose. Lawrence had really been struggling. He had 4 touchdowns on the bench. That's tough. Yeah, you dodged a bullet there.
30. He had Dallas Cowboy defense and their head coach. I mean, for his special teams put up 52 points. You know what I mean? That's scary. That's scary.
Yeah, you dodged some bullets here. You were supposed to not have Alexander Madison. He was a late week deemed healthy. You were going to have to play the Vikings ball boy at one point. That was why I offered you that Henderson trade.
Yeah, and I had him in position. As soon as he's like, oh, he's going to go, I'm like, oh, he's going to go. So I dropped him and put him in place, and then I picked up Russell Wilson just to pocket him because I know some people might look for quarterbacks, and Russell seems to be consistent with 20-point games, so why not? You know, on my team, Stroud, 24 points, 336 yards, 2 touchdowns, but he threw 3 picks, and that's what hurt the stat number there. 3 picks. He went from like, my man had all the 2 picks going into that game and threw 3. Yeah. He's catching up. So Arizona had him really flustered. My running backs gave me combined 23 points. Jay Williams on the Monday Night Special gave me over the top there. Well, I had both of them playing on Monday. I had both playing Monday night, so that was kind of weird. And I played Denver's defense that Monday night too, so it could have went any way for me. Tyreek Hill, 30 points, 10 catches, 146, a touchdown, as advertised at Draft Guys. You know, I've been rolling with this guy all year. Tyreek is the business. I mean, on the year now, he's sitting at 1,200 yards receiving and almost 80 catches. So that's something. Mike Evans, 543. I think he had a drop. I think he had 1 drop in that game, so it's just, you got to start him because he gets a shit ton of targets. My man had 12 targets, had 5 catches. I mean, 12. 12.
Scored a touchdown.
Yeah, he scored a touchdown on the 1-yard line. I kind of kicked my ass a little bit. I picked up the Jets tight end Conklin last minute, and I had Otten in place, and he was projected to do 8 and 8, and he got 8 points, and Conklin didn't even get 3. So I was like really stressing it. Tank Dell came alive. Tank Dell, 8 for 149 in the tutty. My man Billy picked him up in another league, whatever, and he came alive for him as well.
6-team league. I really pat myself on the back for that one.
You know, Calvin Ridley, 7-103 and 2 touchdowns on my bench. So I was like, oh my god, my bench is like empty, and it's like Calvin Ridley's like lighting it up on my bench. I was like, God Lord, I could have had that if I had Ridley play. I'm thinking like if I had Ridley play, I'd have high point for the week, and I had 40 high fives. So I missed out on high fives this week.
Well, you would have got 15 points. So you would have had to play them over Evans. 15 points. What's that? 163. You still would have fallen 3 short.
Oh man. Okay. Oh well. But yeah, tough. And I'm gonna have a tough road because like right now I'm right there in the hunt for the playoffs, which is amazing. Taking that where we were a couple weeks ago, it wasn't look like that. But next week I have a very tough matchup against none other than Smashhawk. So, you know, my playoff hopes have been dashed very quickly, guys. We made a nice run. We'll give it our best shot here coming this week. See, we worked the waiver wire, but yeah, right now 5-5. With you said what was that the team what are they called?
Sweetness 34.
No, Renegades of Funk. Well, Renegades of Funk win their game. If they would have lost the game, then I would have been ahead a little bit, and I'd have a little more of a buffer to play with. But yeah, it's they have the higher ground there. Even though in the 5-5s, I'm the high points in the 5-5s, but I have a toughest matchup this week coming up. So we'll see who plays.
Yeah, Renegades has the well-timed bye this week. Yeah, I said it before. I don't like the bye weeks, but the wrinkle it adds is interesting considering we've never had it before. But yeah, I don't like it. But it is interesting, so do with that what you will. Let's do the Hall of Fame thing and get out of here and eat some turkey.
Let's do it.
So I'm the nominator this week. I went with Derek Mason. He was on my 2000 fantasy championship team, co-owned by Chris Fuller. It was the first year I played fantasy football. We started the season 2-2-1. I was all in 2000. That's how I remember that. Before we won every game the rest of the way. The only reason why we won our second round playoff game was because Kurt Warner didn't throw a touchdown pass in a game where he threw for 375 yards, and Kurt Warner was throwing for 4 touchdown passes a game in this season. So that was very fluky. We won that game by 1 point. We had to leave our lineups on some dude's answering machine every Sunday. This was before fantasy football was all the rage, and before the internet handled all the business. Mason, though, to him, he was a 2-time Pro Bowler. He was a 2000 punt return yards leader, so he had to work his way up to become a top receiver. He was just a special teams guy his first 2 or 3 years in the league before he got a break with the Titans.
Yeah.
230 career games with 4 teams, the Titans, Ravens, Texans, and Jets. His last season was split between the Jets and Texans. He was a 4th-round pick, 98th overall out of Michigan State. 8 1,000-yard seasons, a career-high 103 receptions at the age of 33 in 2007. 100 or more targets in 10 straight seasons. He's a Ravens all-time leading wide receiver with 5,777 yards from 2005 to 2010. He retired as a Raven, signed a 1-day contract, and he was the last active player to play for the Houston Oilers.
All right, man. Let's shout out, man. Derek Mason, man. Yeah, I know more for. I know he was on that Titans Super Bowl team. But I remember him more for being a Raven because he was just Mr. He didn't outrun nobody, but the comeback route, he's always there. A little catch, a little curl route, boom. For him and it was a Titans quarterback at the time. Forgot the dude's name.
McNair?
Yeah. When McNair was there, Derek Mason was there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think Derek Mason is perfect for our Fantasy Hall of Fame program. You want to remember these guys who were kind of forgettable, but were big deals in the fantasy community.
Right. They won't be a Hall of Famer. They just won't be. You know what I mean? But for real, in fantasy, this guy has points. This guy means points. He was always starting. We know his names. We remember them. Derek Mason, we tip our hat to you, sir.
Yeah, all right. So that's all we got. Happy Thanksgiving. We'll be back next week. Thanks for listening. You got anything else?
I got nothing else, guys. You guys have a safe and enjoyable holiday. We'll see you guys next week. And again, Thanksgiving is time to be thankful, and we'll be thankful for you guys listening to our cast. Not many people listen to our cast, but we have a great time doing it, and I just want to be thankful for you guys listening wherever y'all do listen to it. And, we will see you guys in the future.